This is the Olympus, and I have spent the last year obsessing over every detail of it. Let me show you why I built it. Over the last year, YoYoChampion has grown from an idea to a full lineup of yo-yos. I designed each one with a different purpose, but there's still one category missing: bimetal. The thing is, I didn't want to just make any bimetal yo-yo. And after trying most of the bimetals out there, it became clear that none of them stack up to what I personally want in a flagship bimetal yo-yo in 2026. Now, what actually determines how a yo-yo performs and feels during tricks? Well, in yo-yo design, one of the biggest factors is where the weight is placed. Let's take this basic yo-yo shape with the line through the center for an example. The further the weight is placed from the center, the more power, stability, and spin time you gain. If you place the weight too far though, the yo-yo feels like a rock on the string, kicks back, and doesn't move during tricks well. The closer the weight is to the center, the more maneuverable and agile the yo-yo is, but you're sacrificing stability and spin. This is why both outer rim bimetals and inner rim bimetals always have their own pros and cons. So I asked the question, what if there was a way to break the scale and get the best of both worlds? The idea came to me almost a year ago. It was 3 a.m. I was in Prague the night after the World Yo-Yo contest, and I drew the very first concept of the rim design that makes this yo-yo so special. This is the YoYoChampion Fusion Rim, the first fully outer and inner rim bimetal design. Instead of concentrating all the steel weight in one location or one radii, the Fusion Rim strategically places weight across two. First, the outer side for maximum spin and stability, and second, a vertical drop-down section to bring maneuverability and balance back into the design. Now, when I came up with this, I knew it was a brilliant idea, but there was one problem. When I started to reach out to manufacturers to make this design, I was told it was impossible. It's too intricate, they don't have the proper tooling, it's not gonna work, but I'll never back down from a challenge. So I decided to make it anyways. The result was this first prototype. The Olympus prototype has arrived. If you're watching this, it's probably well into 2026. This is my genuine first reaction to seeing this. This is so cool looking. The Olympus. And to my surprise, it was actually about 70% of the way there. It just needed some adjustments. And after about 8 more months of refining the design, that last 30% came to fruition, and we finally got this. As soon as I threw this one, I knew. The result is a yo-yo that moves effortlessly. No kickback, no lagging or rock on the string feeling that most extreme power-focused bimetals give. It moves like a mid-engine supercar. But would bringing in that much maneuverability end up sacrificing spin time, or could the Fusion Rim actually achieve both at the highest level? I decided to put it to the test. My goal was simple: break a 10-minute sleeper, and the Olympus cleared that benchmark with ease, spinning for over 12 minutes on the very first throw. Looks like my theory was right. Now let's talk specs. 56mm diameter, 58 width, 67.8 grams. This results in a balanced feel while still being super wide, but not feeling huge in your hand. For the shape, I wanted something comfortable in the hand, but with enough inner volume cut out to reduce string friction for stability maxing. Then I wanted to take it next level and make it a tri-material yo-yo by adding POM plastic not just on the outside, but also on the inside of the yo-yo for multiple reasons. Because POM has a lower level of friction than aluminum, when the string rubs up against the side of the yo-yo while spinning, the yo-yo doesn't slow down as quickly, increasing spin time even more during tricks. But here's the big one. When you play with the Olympus, from your perspective as you do tricks, the contrast between POM components on the outside and inside and the other materials provides visible guidelines for you to see where the yo-yo is landing on the string. Now, let's talk material. I made the first Olympus prototype in 6061 and loved how it felt from the start, but I knew I couldn't make the final choice until I also tested it in 7075. See, people like to talk about 7075 as if it's automatically better. That's simply just not true. There's no better or worse, they're just different. At first, I was actually thinking I might like the 7075 version better, but as I started throwing them back to back, yeah, the first prototype it makes me want to go and compare. I should be comparing. The answer became obvious. The 7075 prototype just felt too rigid, and it lost the character that I felt made Olympus so special. Oh, throwing the original one. The 6061 had a softer, more comfortable feel that complemented the Fusion Rim and kept the personality that made Olympus special in the first place. At that point, the decision was easy. 6061 was the clear choice. These are all the physical characteristics of this yo-yo, but choosing your yo-yo is more than that. It's a commitment. It's the tool you take on your journey to becoming the best yo-yo player you can be. I wanted this yo-yo to be symbolic of the journey that every player goes on, the journey that you go on. And I couldn't think of anything more perfect to represent that than Olympus, the realm of the Greek gods. A place mortals could only ascend to with intense dedication, sacrifice, and passion. The perfect name that symbolizes everything this yo-yo represents. There isn't just one way to reach Olympus. All champions reach their peak through different strengths, and the first step is choosing how you want to ascend. Each colorway represents a different god that lived on Olympus. Zeus, ruler of Olympus, king of the gods. Command every throw with an onyx black base struck with prismatic steel rims. Ares, god of war, signature edition for Yo-Yo Champion contest team member Thomas Rajan, featuring a ruby red base hit with obsidian black rims. Hermes, messenger of the gods, signature edition for Yo-Yo Champion contest team member James Heder, carrying an amber orange base with sapphire blue rims. Each Olympus arrives in a premium Yo-Yo Champion box, wrapped in the signature Olympus outer sleeve. Beneath the clouds, you'll find a collector card featuring the corresponding god of your yo-yo, with a hidden message waiting on the back. Beneath it, your Olympus rests within a custom foam insert, ensuring it arrives exactly how it was intended, ready for its very first throw. Which one will you choose in your journey of ascending Olympus and becoming the best yo-yo player you can be? The choice is yours. Olympus is now on YoYoChampion.com.